Peace, y'all. So today we're gonna be talking conditional masculinity, right? So I heard a YouTuber, her name is Erica, and she was speaking on this topic, and I think it's a very interesting topic, which is why I'm gonna cover it, right? So conditional masculinity today, right, would be I think it's being promoted, but I don't think true masculinity is being promoted. I think conditional masculinity. So I feel like what they're conditioning black men to do on, let's just use a specific program like Netflix. I think a lot of people watch Netflix shows. A lot of black people watch Netflix, right? And I think the image of the black man on Netflix is what they're conditioning his masculinity to be is soft spoken, nerdy, um, or gay. You know, that's what they're promoting masculinity to be in a black community. Like I remember being a child watching certain shows and being inspired by these shows that I'm watching, including, if your pops isn't in a household like that, you're gonna watch shows to see how you're supposed to act, how you're supposed to be when it comes to becoming a man. You're gonna watch shows like that. Even if your father is probably in your life. You know what I'm saying? You still might watch shows and be inspired and admire certain shows being a child. But most of the time you get your characteristics from your parents though. Your parents do have a huge influence on that. So that's what they're conditioning black black men to be. Now, let's go to conditional masculinity as far as white people are concerned, right? On Netflix. Let's do white age let's do white people. Their condition of masculinity would be, brave, a person that's trustworthy, a guy that gets the job done, and he comes off as a good friend as well. You know what I'm saying? Um, let's go to actors, right? Certain actors do really good roles of being masculine because you could tell that's probably who they naturally are. People like Denzel Washington, you know what I'm saying? He's a really good actor, a black actor that still preserves his masculinity. Who else? Um, LL Cool J in the house when he was acting, he did a really good job of holding his composure and still staying solid to who he was. And there's a couple of other actors. They're gonna be masculine no matter what the role is. You know what I'm saying? But how many masculine actors do we actually have? How many dark skinned, handsome actors do we actually have? And light skin and brown skin that represents different um types of brothers. You know what I'm saying? There's different strengths and weaknesses that we have that make us unique, but we could tend to still preserve our masculinity. You know what I'm saying? Now, I think the black woman is also conditioned, right, to be masculine as well. Like we see what's on Netflix. A lot of people watch Netflix. A lot of people watch Hulu, right? They promote women to be very strong, very independent, that they could fight like men, right? Do stuff like men. That's what's being promoted. So conditional masculinity is being promoted definitely amongst black women as well. But it's different. You know what I'm saying? Um oh, and something else you spoke about. Do men have to have money and houses to be poly? Nah, men don't have to have none of that to be poly. If a girl likes a guy, a girl likes a guy. You know what I'm saying? So men don't need to have houses. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to have houses. We don't need to have money. Like if a girl like me, a girl like me. You know what I mean? She gonna chill. She gonna like being around me. She gonna like what I say to her. We're gonna watch movies and shit together. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have good sex. So a lot of men are being poly regardless. A lot of men are being poly regardless, whether they call it that or not. You know what I'm saying? We think long term, right? We think long term. I'm not saying women don't think long term, but definitely men think long term. We the one that proposed the question. We the ones. Say, yo, do you think you're gonna be having sex with this person for the rest of your life? Women wasn't proposing that question. That was men asking women that. You know what I'm saying? We the ones that put that in your head. You know what I'm saying? You didn't put it in our head. We put that in your head. You know what I'm saying? So we already think we've been thinking this, been thinking different. You know what I mean? Um, do men feel the need to conquer women? I don't think it's about conquering for me. Um, it's more about, women are unique and women are different and women are beautiful. And there's different types of women. Women aren't the same. Like their bodies aren't the same. Their vagina isn't the same. You know what I'm saying? Like their personality isn't the same. Some women can actually make me laugh. You know what I'm saying? And that's really good to have around. Not everybody can make me laugh. You know what I mean? I've been through a lot of shit. Certain shit just don't make me laugh. But there's women out here that really have funny personalities. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I wouldn't call it conquering. I would call it like curiosity. But as far as life is concerned, men are competitive, and I think women are competitive too. But a conquering spirit, uh, that I would say that is more like in other areas of life, not so much in relationships. I think relationships sometimes the ego could get involved, control can get involved in other stuff, but conquering, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, the definition of conquer is a difference, between conquering and just wanting to try new things. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think, and I also think men can be monogamous. You know what I'm saying? But in order for a man to understand monogamy, he has to understand how that child is going to respond to him being there, and how that child will grow up different if he's in that child's life, including like in through middle school to high school. You know what I'm saying? Definitely through those ages, because that's the time where the brain is developing different and you're going through different stuff. Definitely monogamy if it's the right person that's for that brother. You know, yeah, that's a contributing factor as well. And then also a maturity level. Like a man has to be mature, like enough to understand, like, you know, having, one good solid person is better than, just being out here spreading yourself thin. That takes a level of maturity. And also like a lot of brothers got to get sex out of their system too. So I think a lot of things should be taught at an earlier age. So by the time a man gets older, he knows these things. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, conditional masculinity. It was a good conversation. Peace.